Hi everybody, Brian from Steeda, highlighting our lightweight bumper bars for the Ford Mustang S550 GT, EcoBoost, and V6 models. Great news, you can have that steak tonight. Let's start with what these are. These are lightweight bumper bars that replace the factory bumper beams. And we're going to say right up front that these are a competition piece only, meaning that they're for off-road use. So if you're drag racing, or road racing, or autocrossing, great. But if the car is street driven, we recommend looking elsewhere for weight savings until this becomes a dedicated race car. Now that we've covered that, let's get into the fun stuff. We offer a front bar that will take 10.5 pounds off the front of the car, as well as a rear bar that will take 6 pounds off the back of the car. They are offered individually, so as you're working on the car, if you want to go one end at a time, or for instance, if you're adding a supercharger or a turbocharged setup to your car, ultimately, if you got the front bumper off already, well, it might be the right time to go ahead and do the front bar. Same thing on the back end. Maybe you're installing a diffuser, you can put the back bar on, or we offer them obviously as a set as well. Now, the weight savings might not seem all too crazy at first until you start to realize that these are at the opposite ends of the car, as far away from each wheel as you can really physically get on the car. So anytime you can take weight off the far edges of the car and keep the majority of the weight between the wheels, well, the better the center of the gravity of the car is going to be, the better handling it's going to be, braking, accelerating, whatever it is that you're doing with the car. And again, we have so many fans and customers and friends that are out road racing, drag racing, and autocrossing these cars like crazy, as you should. It's a very capable chassis. Well, anytime you can save weight off the car, that's gonna be a benefit to you. And we say it all the time, weight is the enemy of performance. An additional benefit to the front bar in particular is the additional space you'll have for either an oil cooler setup or an intercooler setup. And we know that tons of you have thrown a larger turbo on that EcoBoost, a twin turbo setup on that GT, or a supercharger setup on that GT, and possibly a Vortex setup on that V6. We know that we've seen some pretty crazy things. Well, this will leave you plenty of space to work with. These are direct bolt-on and no modifications to the car are required. Something to keep in mind though is, especially when you're working with the front bumper, be very careful as you're removing it. We definitely recommend having somebody help you. It's not because of the weight of the bumper, but the sheer size of it. And anybody that has worked with the front bumper on the S550 Mustang knows those front tabs just ahead of the front wheels, they're really easy to snap. And the tabs on the bumpers, same thing. So again, as you're trying to keep your race car looking nice and clean, have a buddy help you out as far as taking it off and putting it back on so you don't snap those. Again, we reiterate that these are considered competition pieces for off-road use only. If you're building a race car, these are a great way to save some weight. Add in our lightweight K-member, and well, you can have that steak and the potatoes and all the fixins too. We proudly manufacture these in the USA at our Valdosta, Georgia facility. If you enjoy racing as much as we do, ring the bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel. To see the latest and greatest things that we're up to with our Mustangs and other Ford vehicles, follow us on social media. And to learn more about these and many of the other great parts we offer for Ford vehicles, visit Steeda.com. Thank you so much for watching. Steeda, speed matters.